Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Build the Weight Loss Practice of Your Dreams. Today, I wanted to talk about unfinished business and how unfinished business tends to feel pretty terrible. And it can relate to just so many things in your practice, in your business, in your personal life. So when you have unfinished business, whether it is a telephone call that you've been dreading making, whether it's a conversation with one of your team members, whether it's a conversation with your spouse or someone in your family or one of your children, whether it's a new project that you have had on your mind for so long that you've wanted to implement and you've just kind of been putting it off. It can also be something that you've started, but you really haven't finished. So perhaps it's a book that you were writing that you haven't finished, or perhaps it's integrating retail sales, or adding a new jumpstart program, or adding medical weight loss into your surgical program, whether it is an online program that you've been wanting to start, whether it's a new ad campaign, whether it's a new video that you've been wanting to create for your patients, whether for me, I also have a room here that I've been kind of changing over since one of the kids has moved out. I've got this room in kind of disarray. It's halfway done, and it's unfinished business for me. And any sort of unfinished business can feel really down and really one of those things that can drag you down and prevent you from taking any action. And so what do you do about that? If you have unfinished business in your practice, in your personal life, I strongly encourage you to get up the energy and get up the commitment to do something about it. So that means having that conversation. That means, finishing that room and feeling good about it. It means finishing that endeavor. I don't know how many times I've been working with practices and they've been putting something off for so long. All of a sudden they reach out, they're like, we're ready finally to integrate medical weight loss. We're ready to start our YouTube channel. We're ready to start learning how to do organic marketing through social media. We're ready to build that online program. And once you get to that point, it's a matter of making sure that you're ready and then also doing something about it. So getting the resources that you need, if you even need any. For many things, you don't need it at all. You have all the resources you need within yourself or within your team. It's just a matter of getting your plan together and putting it into motion. One of the things when I talk with practices is sometimes, particularly with medical weight loss, you can get a little bit of a lull at the holidays because weight loss isn't top of mind sometimes for people. So you can also put yourself in a lull. This is going to be a slow time. It's just one of those facts of life. We'll make the most of it. But this is the time that you could be spending planning for what it is that you have as unfinished business and getting that plan in place to make that happen, to make that a reality for your practice so that you could be January 1 hitting the ground running, or earlier than that. A lot of times we think things are going to take longer than they really do. And then once you get going, you get so energized, your team gets so energized, it's done before you know it. So this is a perfect time to be planning what it is you're going to be doing for the rest of this year, because there's plenty of time left, what you're going to be doing each quarter of next year. I like to plan my, each quarter very thoroughly so you know what's coming. And it's a great way to also utilize your team very effectively right now. So I encourage you to take all that unfinished business or just pick one thing, even if it's just a conversation with someone at home or with one of your team members. Start with that, get that momentum going, and take some of that unfinished business. Decide, do I want to pursue it? Maybe it's been so long since you've had it on your list, it's time to just get rid of it because it's not fitting into your plan, or something you can delegate to one of your team members. So decide if you want to do it or not, and then start putting some plans, planning together, and then taking action. That's what's going to get you going and get that momentum going. It's just like your patients who have put off weight loss or lost a lot of weight and start regaining it back. It gets overwhelming and it's unfinished business for them. They work so hard, or they decide that they want to start to work towards that, and they just have to have a solid plan in place and then start taking action so you can get those small wins and continue on. But many things we can make into bigger projects than what they really end up being. And before you know it, you conquer that and you're so energized, you're ready to move on to the next unfinished business. And then then you can clear your mind so that you can do some really great planning, particularly for next year. So let's take that action today. I encourage you to do that. I know that's what I'm doing. It's so exciting. And it's something that if you just need to have a conversation, reach out to me, Carol, Karol at weightlosspracticebuilder.com. I'd be happy to have that initial conversation with you, just help you sort through some of that. If you've got it on your own, I encourage you to just make that happen. And in the meantime, I'm one of your biggest fans. Go out and continue doing all the wonderful things you do for your patients. And if you're not a member of Bariatric Business Boss, consider joining. We're doing some great things in there. This week we're talking about sales, and then we're doing a lot of planning for the rest of this year and into next year. So we do that as a group, and then group training, and then we also do that one-on-one. So join us if you're up for that. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Take care.